The way that I got introduced to trading, the way that we began our trading company was actually back in 2008, in probably the most unlikely circumstance, an unlikely market. Most people remember that 2008 was like one of those times that the market had crashed, and most people were scared of the market, not interested in starting to trade. And I remember I was in the cell phone industry at that time with Kevin, my business partner, and I met his dad, who was a longtime day trader. And my first reaction was like, day trading doesn't work. You know, it's 2008. No one would ever want to be in the markets right now. And I was hearing from his dad these profits, and he was coming in and showing me statements, and he was like, you know, I'm trying to run a cell phone business. And so I ignored him for a while, and then when we got to a point where we were exiting that business, his dad kept showing up, Kevin Sr., and I finally sat down. Kevin was already doing this with him, but I finally sat down. I was like, okay, show me what you got. My belief around day trading started to shift is when I got educated on how the markets worked and how you could actually make profit in an up market, but also in a down market. Where I remember even when we got started, like I finally had this awakening, like, oh my gosh, you can make money when this thing's going down. I started sharing with people like, oh yeah, we're gonna be starting this day trading business. You know, I've left the cell phone industry. We're now, you know, gonna start creating like tools and coaching around trading. I remember my family and friends were worried for me. In fact, I would get approached by them all the time, like, are you doing okay? Like, is everything all right? Thinking that our success was somehow tied to what they were seeing on the news, what they were seeing, you know, with the crash that happened in 2008 tied to the real estate market. You know, when in reality, it wasn't to make money in the market was not connected to that at all. And so it was kind of an exciting new shift in beliefs around how you could make money day trading that really got this thing started. And I saw that as an opportunity for people who didn't know that. Traditional investors, and I would say most of America, is in this idea of the way you make money in the market is you put it in, you sit on it, and you wait for it to go up. And that's it. And the way most people do that is they give their money to a broker and they count on them to do that for them. And it's like, well, what happens when there's a crash? What happens the next time this happens? Are you going to be a victim to the next downside turn in the market? And the truth is we empower our traders to not be. That's really the shift that we're empowering our traders with. Day trading is an emotional thing because we're not robots. And so there's always a psychological factor. In fact, the market itself is a reflection of the combined general consensus of what we believe something is worth. So you could say that what the price is of the market today is actually a psychological reaction of the general population. To make money in it, or to be successful in it, requires you to almost be able to remove yourself from that emotional response. And so there's probably more books about the psychology of trading than there are skills and strategies, because it's that thing that's going to kill you. It's that thing that's going to have you do what everyone else is doing when you should be doing the opposite.